Hi everybody, we're over here at zerohedge.com. That's zerohedge.com. Things are bad now, but you ain't seen nothing yet. So this is yesterday, April 21st. At this moment, food prices are all over America are at incredibly low levels. Don't faint when you hear that. I know what many of you must be thinking. You must be thinking, I've lost my mind because food prices have been rising at a very rapid rate all over the country. But when I say that food prices are at incredibly low levels, I'm not comparing them to where they were in the past. Rather, I am comparing current prices to where they will be in the future. Let me reread that. I am comparing current prices to where they will be in the future. Yes, things are bad now, but food prices will be much higher a year or two from now. So, if you believe that, and I don't know how you cannot believe it with everything that's going on, you should be stocking up on as much food as you can. And then he goes through some reasons. The global fertilizer crisis isn't going anywhere. If anything, it's only going to intensify. Okay, the war. I'm not going to read this sentence because YouTube just took down one of my videos. It was on microchips. I don't know what was wrong with it, but they didn't like it, so they took it down. I had a follow-up video to it, but I can't put that one up either because they'll probably take that one down. So if you'd like to read that sentence, go to zerohedge.com, and it's things are bad now, but you ain't seen nothing yet. And then we have the bird flu, which is continuing to wipe out millions of chickens and turkeys. I doubt they're going to be turkeys for Thanksgiving. Maybe a lucky few people will find them. We've never seen a perfect storm quite like this. But of course, some of the factors that will be driving up food prices are entirely self-inflicted. This next paragraph about the Chinese locking down 400 million people, again, I'm not going to read that one because that might be taboo with YouTube, I'm not sure. And as a result now of that lockdown, hundreds of commercial ships are waiting impatiently off the coast of Shanghai. And this picture is all the ships waiting off the coast. Those are giant cargo ships that bring stuff across the Pacific Ocean to us. So it's not only food we're going to have a problem with, but anything that you have bought that was made in China. So now is the time. If there's something you need, you should probably get it now. If the Chinese don't loosen up, many of our store shelves will become quite empty in the months ahead. And it isn't just commercial ships that are sitting idle. The largest manufacturing centers in China, with heavy concentrations of automotive and electric suppliers, are sitting idle. Needless to say, many of our major retailers simply could not operate without the goods that they import from China, and that would be Walmart, certainly. So we better hope that this potential nightmare gets resolved very soon. Here in the U.S., food prices have been moving higher for months. The average price, now I'm not sure where this is in the U.S., but he says the average price of butter grew 11.9% last year. Meat was affected by the supply chain issues, with 100% meat frankfurters jumping 35.2% since March 2021. That's a little over a year ago. Average price $5.18 per pound. Ground chuck, pork chops, and whole chicken showed year-over-year price increases of 11.3%, 15%, and 11.7% respectively. Those figures may look bad to you, but the truth is they only represent the very early chapters of this crisis. So think about that. He is saying that things are going to get so much worse, you better buy it now, even when you think it's really outrageously priced. Things are going to get much worse, and here in April, Anecdotal reports seem to indicate that food price increases seem to be accelerating. He went to a popular internet forum where people were discussing the price increases at their local stores, and here are some examples he pulled out. $10 for 1 pound of bacon. I've heard it's up to 11 now. $5.19 for a pound of Land O'Lakes butter. A 34-ounce can of coffee was $6.99, now $9.99. $1.09 for an avocado. $2.31 for a head of lettuce. Butterscotch crimpets were $2.49 a box, now $4.49. I saw $15.99 per pound for ribeye steak at a grocery store in Northeast Tennessee. Paid $12.95 for a pack of raw chicken thighs a few days ago, normally $3 to $4. And the price of eggs is completely going nuts. The losses to egg-laying flocks have led producers desperately racing to meet market demand for eggs and egg products, with egg prices increasing as a result. So the average price of a dozen eggs is now close to $3, up from $1.60. And that's a little bit higher here. I thought Bill told me it was $4.49 and he refused to buy them. If you think these prices are wild, just wait until they double from their current levels. All over the world, a great battle for food resources has begun. The Chinese saw this coming in advance, and so they've been engaged in the largest stockpiling program that any of us have ever seen. So the Chinese, with less than 20% of the world's population, has managed to stockpile more than half of the globe's maize and other grains, leading to steep price increases across the planet and dropping more countries into famine. The hoarding is taking place in China. Has the U.S. been doing similar? Of course not. When things get really bad in this country, you will be on your own. So think about that. When things get really bad in this country, and if you thought they were bad now with the price increases, they're going to get much worse, and you will be on your own. So I hope you've been preparing for that. Sadly, the poorest parts of the world will end up suffering the most as the wealthy countries grab what they can. The dramatic spike that we will soon see in global hunger will be absolutely heartbreaking. But nobody can say we weren't warned in advance. This sort of collapse has been coming for a long time, and now it's arrived. I would encourage you to stockpile food at these relatively low prices while you have the opportunity to do so, because they're only going to go up higher from here. And I don't know if you believe him or not, but I really think it's right. He's right. Things are bad, and they're going to get worse. And I just wanted to repeat this sentence up here. Yes, things are bad now, but food prices will be much higher a year or two from now. So do what you can. Try to save some money from somewhere so that you can stock up, even if you're only buying 3 extra cans and a bag of rice every week. I mean, that would be maybe it used to be maybe $3 for 3 cans of vegetables and a bag of rice, a couple dollars, $5, but it's probably going to be much more than that. But please do something. Don't just sit back and say things won't get that bad or the government will save me, because the government is not going to save you. So please comment on anything that I've mentioned here, on anything on your prices at your grocery stores, how good or bad things are going. And thanks for watching. Please comment, please like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you.